Doing a little practicing today, and I'm going to practice on what I call a wheel. And you can turn your bike over and you can practice on a wheel. And this is just an old golf cart that I put on a stand, and I can practice. I can practice going up like a Ferris wheel or brushing up from maybe 6 to 12 o'clock and going up behind the ball. And so it's a great way of practicing. I can do it both in the forehand and backhand side. And so these wheels, it's an old golf cart. I turned it upside down, cut part off, and that way it's a great practice device. I can practice going up over the ball, and then I can practice. I have a ball up on top with a spring that I put there, and I just practice going up. And it's amazing how you can find wheels and spins, springs, and a lot of different parts if you want to build something on your own. And sometimes they last a lot longer than the ones you buy commercially. Okay, if you buy something you want to practice tennis with, seem to fall apart more quickly. And but making your own things is kind of interesting. So here I'm just practicing running up the ball, going across. And so it's a great way of practicing. And so I like to practice at home in my spare time, when I do have spare time. And so it's fun to be able to keep in shape and work at tennis. Tennis is a skilled sport, so I encourage you to practice. And so here I am, just practicing with the wheel. And so it's a great way of practicing. You don't get hard. I mean, practice here like going up the wheel, going up. And also I can, if I want to, I can also practice going under. Just turn it and just go practice going under. And you can find maybe a golf cart at a thrift store, or someone discards one, and you can use, cut part of it off and make something like this where you can practice. And now I'm just practicing going under the ball. And so it's a great way of practicing, even before young kids can develop full skills. You can also you can teach them how to go under the ball, or you can teach them how to go over the ball and spin. You can also encourage them to look around and see how many wheels they can see on cars or bikes, or where their wheels are, or springs, or different things. And so I'm just utilizing something that someone discarded, and I'm just practicing. I like using old tennis rackets. Amazing if you want to. Not use your new racket, you can always use an old racket and buy one, a nice one at a thrift store, a nice used one. They're a little bit heavier, but they're also fun to play with. And so it's a great way of practicing, especially when you get spare time, just a few minutes a day. It's amazing, a few minutes a day. If you spend a few minutes on anything in a day, how you're going to get better at something. And since a lot of people are not working on basic skills or trades, it's not good. And so work on your tennis, work on developing yourself, and so if there's any way I can help you, let me know. I'm always open to give a lesson or encourage you in your tennis and your life. And so here I'm just practicing. It's a great way of practicing, and I practice both right-handed and I also practice left-handed. And that way, if one arm's sore or hurting, no problem. I just play with the other arm. A lot of times, I'll have students will say, "Oh, my arm hurts," and we'll practice the other opposite hand. And so what I do is I practice my opposite hand regularly. And it's amazing how many times you're going to use that opposite hand. And so I encourage you, when you do play, use the extra hand. Sometimes I think the difference between a recreation play and someone that wants to get better is that use of the second hand. That second hand is a helping hand, and not hamburger helper, but helping hand. And so it's a great way of practicing. So I encourage you to practice, encourage you to take time and enjoy the day.